What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and sunny afternoon. I myself am doing so, and so is my little lady baby over here, Karma. We had to go to the vet today for a little UTI action and get her some antibiotics. Hopefully that's going to clear everything right up for my old lady here. But if you're looking at the title and you're wondering what this walk and talk is going to be about, it is absolutely going to be about the cradle of civilization and how we don't know shizzle. Okay? Here's the deal. I often tell this to people. Look, one of the reasons that I never try to criticize somebody's religion, no matter how outlandish it may seem, is that I'm going to be, 40 in a few weeks, and I barely have any idea what's gone on in the world in the last 40 years. It's up for questioning. You know, even in the world I've surrounded myself, even surrounded by media, even having the internet at my fingertips, it's hard to tell what... Oh boy. It's hard to tell what's actually going on. Thumbs the video up. Thanks, everybody. Liberty Car, KM, everybody's in the chat right now. So, I thought about doing an actual full video on this, but there really just was not enough information, and I would have had to go into some other big historical sites. Like many of you, I am, well, thank you, Pearlback Report. I really, or the Peelback Report, my bad. Remember, I'm on a phone. It's hard for me to read this. In Kurdistan, in that region, in Iraq, the cradle of civilization, they're having a drought there. Due to the drought, a reservoir has gone down. And what did they find? They found a big old temple. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about here. Mesopotamia. A lot of people have pointed out that when the invasion of Iraq happened, they lost a lot of history. A lot of history. Other history was downright stolen. Other history was downright destroyed. Okay? And we already know that we don't know. We don't know, period. So when I see a temple being excavated, and anybody can type this in right now, just type in new structure found, Iraq or Kurdistan, any of it, and you'll see they're just starting to dig into it. Now here's the thing. This drought, remember they're selling us on global warming and rising sea levels. Well, no. Now, obviously, there was a time where the sea levels were much lower, but they're lowering. And it had nothing to do with, I don't know, factories and civilization and carbon dioxide, what we exhale, what plants breathe. However, we have lost a ton of those civilizations. I'm sure many of you have seen the evidence, for instance, that the pyramid and the Sphinx were actually weathered by what? Water. Weird, they wouldn't be in the desert when they were built. Odd that people didn't surround themselves by places they couldn't get water or hunt for food. Look, the earth changes, and there are many mysteries out there. And this latest discovery out there is just one of those things. So I often say, look, anything is possible. You and I, we weren't around 100 years ago, let alone 1,000 years ago, let alone 4,000 years ago, let alone 10,000 years ago, let alone 100 million years ago, when dinosaurs roamed the world. So everything that we take from, paleontologists and architectural historians, people that interpret glyphs, is, in a way, highly suspect. Because, again, they're going to be interpretations of people that have had to just study other stones, other parchments, other locations. And I don't know that we're ever going to get the real story. We work so hard now just to hobble together some kind of a narrative that we know nothing about. So when I saw that story today, I was like, man, you know, yet another structure that's just being uncovered today. And who knows how much more of this is going to go on. I suspect there's a lot of hidden history out there. You know, I know many of you are probably fans of Graham Hancock. And to Graham Hancock's credit, when he's been wrong, such as speculating about the face on Mars and other things, taking that stuff back. And he's done a really good job saying, you know, there's a lot of evidence that there's a lost civilization out there. Now, once again, I'm not trying to promote Atlantis, although there's some really great documentaries on that and other subjects actually regarding the founding fathers. I wish I could remember. I think it's the Secret Beginnings series. They used to carry them over at InfoWars, you know, when they did good work. Who knows, maybe they got some extras over there. But the Secret Beginnings series, you know, a lot of interesting things about ancient civilizations. And look, a lot of these esoteric writers out there, Blavatsky, Manly P. Hall, they always talked about that. I'm not saying they're correct, but it's something definitely to look at, that there are other teachings, that there are other tales out there that may or may not be true. All right, now getting off the ancient civilization stuff, again, super interesting. He must be a hologram, KM. If you saw some of my earlier videos today, I talked about the fact that not only is the left and right completely fake, but you have two of the hard hitters from both sides of the aisle, George Soros and Charles Koch, coming together with their Open Society Foundation and the Charles Koch Foundation to donate into a new Quincy Institute. That's right. The left and right are coming together like never before to do what? To stop the endless wars of the United States. And in actuality, you know, I've warned people about this for years and years and years and years, and even, again, back in my InfoWars days, one of my biggest fears was that the truth would actually start to leak out about U.S. involvement in 9/11, whether it be the stand down during the event, whether it be the drills, whether it be the covert funding that we allowed from Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, right? Or the hijackers that lived with FBI informants, etc., etc., etc. And once that stuff starts to hit the public and the global arena and be accepted, well, then what's the solution? Well, an international solution, a United Nations solution, a solution that is outside of our Constitution and Bill of Rights, despite the fact that the everyday citizen had nothing to do with this out-of-control military-industrial complex, okay? And I think that's what this is. It sounds great, right? They don't want to go to war with Iran. Neither do I. They want to get our troops out of Afghanistan and out of Iraq. So do I. We got to stop the forever wars. The forever wars is what they're calling them. And I'm sorry, but I don't know about you. I don't fucking trust George Soros or Charles Koch. And you shouldn't either. Period. They're not good people. And they have a lot more in common with each other than they ever will have with you and I, no matter what your political bends are, no matter what your ideologies are. Period. Amen. That's the truth. And that's what's not going to be discussed, you know. People are just going to sit there. They're going to try to spin this, especially those pundits that are completely partisan, you know, that try to make the Koch brothers out into heroes. And then on the left, there are those that try to make Soros out to be a hero. And on this channel in particular, you know that I certainly don't harp on George Soros. I don't give him a pass either. We talk about him when I think it's important. But because so many people are out there saying, oh, this is a leftist agenda. No, it's not. It's a globalist agenda. They work together. They're worried about their wealth and their power. It has nothing to do with right and left control other than dividing us and using the separate tools of the brainwashing and propaganda of either side to keep the average person under control and watching their network television and following their bullshit. Okay? That's the truth of the matter. And we'll see. I don't know who else covered it today. The story was pretty fresh. We're trying to get the real news out there. That's why, again, I'm on my own. I'm pumping out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day. This is only number 3. But I got to be honest, I didn't see a lot of other subjects once I got back from the vet with this lovely young lady here, 12 years young. So I wasn't sure what else to do. I'm going to go hit the news wires after this, and we'll see. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed my interviews over the past few days with James Corbett and Robbie Martin. James Corbett did a bang-up job on everything China yesterday. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to do videos on subjects that matter, that transcend this paradigm of left-right politics, that asks real questions, that delves into the future of not only our society here in the United States, but globally. And what many of these power players have talked about, written about for years. And you know, a guy like Soros, he's on his last legs. He's not going to be around much longer, right? But you know what will be? Media Matters, the Open Society Foundation, now this new think tank, the Quincy Institute. When Kissinger goes, what'll be back? What'll be around? Not only his ideas, but his Kissinger Institute. Okay? So these guys leave behind long-standing ideal sets through these organizations they prop up. So in a lot of ways, unless we step up, their beliefs will never die. No matter how twisted, no matter how sick, no matter how much against the common person. I mean, think about it. Today, you know, the other story we covered was Israel bombarding Syria, which we don't talk about much in this country anymore, with missiles, killing civilians. And what did they say the targets were? Well, of course, it was advanced Iranian weapon systems. Really? So all of a sudden, Iran has become some kind of crazy technological superpower. After all, they shot one of our drones out of the sky, one of our robots. How could they do that if they didn't have advanced technology? Oh wait, that's right, we let them do it. They've had this technology forever. And what are they running in the United States? Up! They've enriched too much for uranium. We got out of the deal. So what? Oh, I get it. Now you get to beat the drums a little harder. You let Syria get hit with missiles. You have Israeli military intervention to the point where they're saying a stray missile hit Cyprus. Okay? Of course, that's being blamed on Syria, but we don't really know. We know that Syria absolutely did intercept some of those missiles as they were, you know, shot from fighter jets. No big deal. And if you haven't noticed, Israel has kept super quiet about what's been going on with the Gulf, the Limpet mine, the drone attack we just talked about. But, again, when it comes down to hitting those Iranian Revolutionary Guard or Iranian sympathizer targets, whether it be in Yemen or now Syria, they are gung-ho and they are ready, and they have been beating the war drums against Iran for decades now. For decades. And if Netanyahu and his cronies have his way, we will be in a military conflict with those people. And that is extremely dangerous. Guys, if you like these walk and talks, I love doing them. I hope you enjoy watching them. Had a pretty good crowd today. We're out on the lovely bridge with Karma. If you want to support me, you're new to this, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs the video up, share it on social media, ring the bell for notifications so you can join the live convo. And remember, I got a GoFundMe going. It's how I'm doing it. I'm putting out 30 to 50 videos a week on real subjects, on things that matter, because there's not really a lot of people that are doing that. I'm not coming at a bipartisan perspective. It's never been about left or right. It's always been about right and wrong, and we're going to continue to do that here. So thank you guys for everything. I'll see you all on the flip side.